I have got a plan here. My plan is to, this is like a wee livey. It's a wee gold trail. I just need to think about this roommate again, revisit it. What is it about Michael on the telephone? He rings on the telephone, doesn't he? That's a pretty awesome image, that, isn't it? Private 3 a.m. phone calls. Wow, 3 a.m. Very significant, isn't it? Anyway, what I'm going to do, we're going to go to Michael. God's going to show me Michael. Oh, that's what God showed me about Michael. I mean, I know it should have been obvious. His name is Michael. Michael. Mike Owl. He used the name. Is it who is like Owl? The king of pop. What's the link between Prince and Michael? I know Prince is purple. Purple Letter Rain. Well, I had a crush on Donny Osmond. His favourite. He's a child star as well. The Lord showed me 3 crushes. Prince and Michael were not them, but Donny Osmond was one of them. And his favourite colour was purple. He was the peacock. He was Joseph. So he rung Britney Spears like that. He rung Vanity like that. Married. So, let's stay on track for now. Here we go. Don't get caught in roommate, is what the Lord said. I scribed a word. I can find it, but it was in the context of the falling away of the church. Like the traditional evangelical Pentecostal church. The man who wrote the abstinence books, the man who committed suicide, who was a very big name in Pentecostal circles, committed suicide. The confession, the public repentance, if you can call it that, of the man who wrote the book Good Morning Holy Spirit, which I took to the Glory Hut, which I will confess I have never read except the first chapter, because I live it and I don't need to read a book, and I don't read books, but I know what's in it. It's a good book. In that context, he said, but he was also talking about the naysayers being, and he gave an example, Jeremiah Cohen, who is now, well, and there's, so he's the one who does all the Freemasonry pictures till they're coming out your ears. And there's that guy, Vigilant Christian. He keeps changing his name. And there is the lady with the blonde hair. I don't think her name's Pat, but she had something to say about Rick Joyner and how he was apparently responsible for the behaviour of the fat guy with the beard. And I can't remember his name because Lord doesn't want me using names. The name he wanted to use was Jeremiah Cohen. So I'm using it. And the message is don't get caught in roommate. This is the video. So I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to show you some pictures of the artist that he sent me to when he gave me the picture of the steps.
А также причинение вредительству самому себе и тюремному имуществу приведет к заключению в одиночной камеры регулярно обыскивать. И при обнаружении запрещенных предметов любой заключенный понесет суровое наказание. Birthday, mate.
I hope you fix the volume. Sorry about that.
Hi. Hi. So what's your name? So how long you been here? What do you do? Nothing. Nothing. What's that? Nothing. Stop. Why? Don't open it. Why not? Because you might regret it. I think I'm going to take my chances. Fine. Go ahead. Open it. Did you make this? Happy now? Yeah. No. Why didn't you say something? Would you have believed me? Where are you going?
Isn't it obvious? Open the box. Come on, open the box. So long, pal.
Lidice Zakluchonova.
Send in the next prisoner. You need time to think about that. I know you do. So pause it. Think about it. You won't get anywhere thinking about it. I've tried. Look at this. Do you know, when I was a child, this is true, very true. It was just reminding me. When I was a child, I developed a habit. I don't know if anyone noticed it. There was a telltale sign I was doing it. I used to draw around the outside of lines and count. Like, example was, we had kitchen chairs at our dining table, and I did the dining table as well. It was my dining table and the dining table and the chairs. And my eyes would follow the line of, like, the details. I'd draw it with my eyes. For instance, the dining chairs my mum had reupholstered. They were basically stainless steel chairs, and they were a flat bottom and then had a back with stainless steel. I'd go round the outside of the back seat of the chair, which would be like an oval shape, and then my mum used upholstery domes around the side of it, folded some upholstery and some domes. So I'd just go dot, dot, dot with my eyes. I wouldn't blink. I'd just say 1, 2, 3, 4 and move to each one. And with the table, I'd go up the leg, across, down, up, across, down, up, across, down, up, across, down. So my eyes were moving. What a strange habit. So have a go at it. It is from God. This is from God. So much is. Everything is. Now look at that cube. I know, but it's just link it to a little child doing this. Why was I doing this? And yeah, okay, it's got a checkerboard floor, but this is more than that. Follow the external line of it It's the cube that goes forever. It's infinity. It never stops. Sort of like the box. I don't want to say anything more about that box, that room. Right, I don't know if there's anything. What I'm going to do, how many pictures are we in? That's the one that the Lord led me to. Right, we're just going to go this way. That, like you can see, I've screenshot this. When I looked at this artist, I realised, of course, I did art history at primary school, at art school. I'll show you the one I knew at high school. Don't worry, I'll show you these individually. There. That's the one I knew at high school. We had to draw that at high school, right? Because I did art. I was top of the high school for art. I did that. So I knew that at high school. See, there's an example of a stair concept. Right, here we go. I don't know why I looked at these paintings, these woodcuts, and this is what I've got, but this is the one I've been shown. And also I had this, because I said to the Lord this morning, I said, because yes, you dream about what you've done. I mean, obviously, it's my project at the moment. I'm going to have dreams about it. But then when I woke up and I saw the two posts going in opposite directions, it's not how I put those posts in. Basically laid them all at the end and then dropped them down. One end, drop them down, one end, drop them down. I didn't place one in one end and one in the other end. That's where God interrupted. That was the God bit, that's why I recorded it. Then I saw the steps going down. And this is the artist, it's Escher. I don't even remember his name from that many years back. Right, so we've seen that. Is it not? It's room 8. God brought up room 8, Escher, and the steps. And I said, when I saw the steps, I said, it's not even like my building. But I've got a sense that it is. That this building the Lord is giving me to build is like Escher's building. Wow. Right. Interesting this, because on the ceiling are the bees like the Vatican. But they're not in every single painting. Because I've found a painting that has no bees. And you may not see it, but behind his head is the crescent moon and an upside down cross. This is a detail. This here is a worm. Like a fly larvae, because they have those little black heads. But it's curled up, looks like a snail, but it's a worm, and it has human legs in it. It occurs in this one painting twice. This is it rolled out. There's your legs. The other thing I notice he uses is, there's two things. He uses the lizard. He's got He uses, I'll show you the lizard. Oh, put that one on the thumbnail because this is what the Lord showed me. This is the book I wrote these words in. So the Lord has shown me this book, this half, because of the Frozen. Oh, this is called Frozen, not Fantasia. Frozen. The Frozen, the ones that are frozen from the V. And then he showed me this because I've always wondered why I got these books cheap. 99 cents each. See the snowflakes. It's Frost. Sacred Geometry. Frozen. Her hand is like the Jonathan Cleck's Scorpions, the Barbara Streisand Quartet, Spider. You know what they do with their hands? The scorpion. It's a very unusual looking hand. That to me looks like my name. I know it's strange, but it feels like my name. Snow Queen. On the back, I've never watched the movie. My kids are too old for me to have watched this. So this is what I saw. I saw that. We have a cathedral in Christchurch in Square, but it's only one steeple. I don't know how usual it is to have two. That one has two. The castle has two. Actually, there's one in the middle as well. And that underneath, it's not as above as below. I don't want to say too much because I don't know what other people will see. Because if I don't see it, I won't, it's water. It's like the tree. It's like what I scribed after I scribed this. It goes back to the dog. There's the tree of Babylon. There's the dog, Floyd, which is Glory's father, at the shoreline, and then they're suddenly in the water. They're at the shoreline, then they're in the water. And the Lord asked the question, did the water come in, or were they moved into the water? Now I was looking at the stars. That's the Southern Cross. I look at those three together often. But when I first saw them, I thought, are they orbs? But they're in that, well, they're stars. They're in the position of the true stars. I don't know what else I can see. That's another building that's in the back. I don't want to make things up here. I thought these birds were unusual. I thought they were like a dove. Or a pigeon. He uses birds. There aren't a lot of images, things he uses. There aren't. There's the worm. There's the bird. See? From below looking up, it's like a wee god, isn't it? This is the lizard. That's the tongue. Chameleons. The only lizard he used, chameleons. I was wondering about the card, the 5. Did you know that I have trouble with numbers, but my whole life I've never been able to tell the difference between clubs and spades. I couldn't tell you right now definitively whether that's clubs or spades, but it's definitely 5. Honestly, I can't. I don't want to say it. Must be spades, is it? That book is just that marbling. It's not snakes. It's like that marbling. It's that era. Okay, this is the significant. Look at the birds. They'll change for you when you look. They will change. Have they changed for you? Dark birds and light birds. Those are the birds that I talk about that arrive at the island. They're the pastors and the prophets that I know. There's 6 of them. They fly in. They're like that, maybe with longer necks. That is the same bird almost. You know? Can you see that? And she is looking at that. See the geometry? I know you're thinking, where are you going with this, Lisa? So I think the upside down cross is a bit more obvious there. This could have been one of the first ever images of that cross. There's some figures, there's 4 of them underneath. There's your ceiling with no bees. Now this one is like the chameleon. Can you see it? That is a lizard. There's something opposite. Now that is mirror. See it? That's an eye. That's an eye. It's an arena of some sort, isn't it? No, it's different. See? Different. What's at the bottom? Far more abstract at the bottom. It's a chameleon. Very modern looking, that one. So that's my book. Put it on my thumbnail. Yeah, that's his history. It's on my thumbnail. I don't know if you've got a computer, you can pause it and read it. Yeah, that's it. What's she looking at? What's she looking at? I don't know what happens when you say that letter. See that letter? But that's what I say to the Lord now. I can do it. I can ask that and I will get an A. If I ask that, I will get an A. So, Lord, I'm asking that about the build. Why is my build like Escher with the steps? Your build. And what can you tell me about roommate other than infinity? Now, I just want to let you know that Into the Stars, don't forget this is about infinity as well. Just let you know the end to the stars after the Lord had me watch this movie. Did a wee study on it too. I'd like to think my screenshots are on here. See, there's like, that's his fountain. Further up is the apple. We know. Great. Just gives you a time frame for this. Here we go. Let's see if there is anything. That's where the Orphic egg goes. I didn't even know it was an Orphic egg. Do they even call it? Or was that Enter the Stars who added that? So on his table is an egg. See the cup? The egg cup? Like I Pet Goat. And reincarnation is a form of infinity. And the teaspoon is significant. Now that Escher painting, the first thing I see when I saw the bees, I saw before even the bees, I saw the teaspoon. I know it was the lamp, the light hanging from the roof, but I saw a teaspoon. The teaspoon. I have a picture of my first husband, my second, Marty, eating, and I can see a demon in one eye. It's my discerning picture, looking out, the down angel, and he's holding a teaspoon like that. He's not looking at the teaspoon, he's looking at the camera. He's holding a teaspoon. The Lord's spoken to him about the teaspoon. So there's the egg. I'm not going to make any conclusions here. It's just my wee gold trail. There's the egg. It was in his side. Look at his eyes. Looking at it. It can destroy the world or something. That's where he's kept it. It's a lizard. Like the chameleon, remember? The chameleon is like camouflage. It's all about camouflage. Now, I took a photo of that because it is a version of the Sphinx in Egypt. You can see the feet that was on his table. Got a female head. There it goes. Remember, this movie is called Infinity. One, two, three, four of these. Looks like Escher's work, doesn't it? Looks like Escher's art. So I'm going to just leave it there. I know that this is an unsatisfying upload, but something to think about, something to pray about. Don't get caught in roommate. A very firm warning from the Lord. And 8 is a very important number. What do you know about 8?